afternoon, Peter. Thank you for coming into this session. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling well, thank you. But at the same time, a bit depressed and disappointed.
Actually, understand this can be a very hard and challenging time for you. It was a good thing that you made the right decision to come here today and seek help, as you are a concerned father to your son. So my name is Wanyana, and I'm here to discuss with you the concerns in a safe and non-judgmental way. Before we dive in depth in this session, I want to assure you that everything we discuss is in the safe walls of this room. It's kept private and it's truly confidential. And it solely deals with the Fiji Association Social Work Code of Ethics that governs the work of social workers and counselors. Do you understand and feel comfortable with this?
I totally understand, and yeah, I feel comfortable with it.
Thank you. With the informed consent, you have the right to be fully aware of the counseling processes, and we'll talk about the issues that you're facing, and I'll show you some guidance and strategies. You have the right to ask questions and stop me at any time. Does that sound good?
Yeah, definitely. Sounds good to me.
So, Peter, what brings you here today? Can you tell me a bit more about what's happening with your son?
Sure. Now, that's the main purpose why I took a visit here. My son has been acting strange recently. I think, to my assumption, he's been following the wrong crowd. He's a good boy when myself and the mother raised him up. But I think when he followed the wrong crowd, he's been misbehaving lately. Recently, we received reports from teachers, from the school he attends. My son has been stealing. He has been stealing, and he has been fighting in schools, and he has been bullied. And that itself brings us a concern as parents on how can we get him back on track. On top of that, he has lost track of his schoolwork. When he finishes from school, he comes home lately in the evening, 5, 6 p.m. he reaches school. When we question him, he just nods his head and goes to his room. He's been misbehaving lately. He is a good boy when we brought him up. He was a good boy, he was well-mannered. But then he came to a focal point, when he followed the wrong crowd. When he followed the wrong crowd, that's when our concern came. That's when teachers complained, principal complained about this particular boy who has been misbehaving, fighting and stealing in school. It is indeed problematic, and that is where we plan as parents to come and visit you to seek consultations and recommendations on what technique can be used, what can we collaborate on to get our son back on track.
So what I'm hearing is that your son has been getting into fights and is staying at school, and you're feeling unsure about how to manage this behavior. Is that correct?
Yes, that's definitely correct. He has been misbehaving lately, as I mentioned before. Well, according to the teachers, the report came from teachers when he was reported to the principal's office. He was stealing from students. He was stealing money. He was pickpocketing students in school. And on top of the fact, he even tried to steal the teacher's phone on the table, on the teacher's desk. That's where the worriness came from within us when the reports came back that he was stealing in school and he was pickpocketing school. And plus, he's been involved in a lot of fighting, in the brawl in school, among this form and this form. They're all the same form, all the same school, but they involve themselves in brawl. Okay? For me, the reason he's being like that is because he's following the wrong crowd. I think that's one of the biggest influencing him.
Okay. So can you tell me more about when this behavior started, and have there been any recent changes or events at home or in school that might have triggered this within him?
Well, my son is a good boy. I know him when we brought him up. He's a good boy. It's the crowd he follows. Okay? He started showing signs of misbehaving when he was in grade 7, jumped to year 8, 7 to jump to year 8. He was showing signs, and his behavior was quickly changing. It's because the biggest influence in people's behavior is the crowd they follow. So because he was following from our community is one of the rebel communities, so he's been followed. Those the gang, the boys from that particular community, and that might have led him, that might have changed him when he went into grade 7, then to year 8. So that's when we noticed this change. Before he used to talk to us. Now when he asks questions, he's just like nod, yes, no, yes, no. So we're starting, me and of course her mother, we are starting to assume something is wrong somewhere. We need to solve, we need to tackle this issue now before he goes over. So but along the way, he might have followed the wrong crowd, and that might have triggered him and changed him. And we want to change him back, because it shapes a person.
Thank you for sharing that with us. So it sounds like your son's behavior has been really challenging for you, and you're looking for some strategies to help manage and improve the situation.
Yes.
So you've noticed these behaviors are escalating, and it's understandably causing a lot of concern. We can definitely work on some approaches to address these issues and support both you and your son.
Thank you, Councillor. Thank you very much for the wonderful session. Hope to hear from you more. And I hope the information that you shared stays between us and is kept confidential.
Thank you for sharing all of that information with me, Peter. I know it's not easy to talk about these things, but it's an important step in finding a solution. I appreciate you for coming in today. Let's schedule our next meeting so we can continue working on the solutions in this together, and take care.